A man is not his own husband, because the husband never snores when he sleeps. He also has no habit of initiating intimacy before sleeping, and usually he's distant and cool, has never cared for me like today.
Obedient. How can one skip breakfast?
Watching my husband do the dishes for the first time, the woman can't help but doubt him. And the woman's suspicions were not wrong, because at the moment her husband had already been swapped. It turns out he lost his life in a car accident yesterday. Coincidentally, the person he collided with happened to share his name. Yet this nameless uncle only suffered minor injuries. Unexpectedly, the Ripper came to the hospital and mistakenly took the soul of the likely injured uncle. The Ripper, thinking he's completed his task, suddenly received a pro. Only then did he realize he had made a mistake. However, when the uncle's soul arrived at the hospital, he sadly found his body was being cremated.
My body is burning. Where can I go? Where should I go?
Feeling guilty, the Ripper decided to place him in the body of the same-named wealthy man. Meanwhile, the wealthy man's family was holding a funeral. The mortician's face was serious as he arranged the body. Unexpectedly, at this moment, the man's hand moved. The mortician gulped and chopped. He was about to tell the family about this. Unexpectedly, the family fainted. When the high and rich guy sat up inside, everyone at the scene was stunned. The man's name is Asian. He is the president of a well-known bank in the country. He is very harsh on his subordinate. Even treating his wife like a subordinate. Every word he says is in order to his wife. But his wife, Hosan, has long had enough of his life, because in her life there has never been a trace of concern from her husband. And the uncle with the same name is a cook at a small restaurant. Though he appears fierce on the outside, he is actually a heuristic boy inside. Though the family of Ford is not wealthy, they're happy. Such a humorous, harmonious, and devoted soul suddenly found himself in the body of a completely opposite rich guy. The moment Seiso's awakening created a sensation in the country, TV stations rushed to report on it. Doctors were completely puzzled. They could only drink a few bottles to calm down, and the awakened uncle looked very confused, because he did not recognize any of the family members in front of him. Until he saw the mirror, he suddenly asked something. So he borrowed a phone from the stranger, his mother, and then caught his wife, Mai Lan. He cried and told his wife everything he had experienced, but Mai Lan thought it was a scam and a prank, and she directly scolded him before hanging up. Later, her childhood friend Ashel also came to the hospital to visit him. Seeing that Sexo no longer recognized himself, Ashel mistakenly thinks Sexo has lost his memory from the car accident.
I really am not your friend. Then who are you? My name is Sexo. Ha ha!
The uncle wanted to leave the hospital quickly to explain to his family, but this fair-skinned and beautiful stranger, his wife insisted he wait until he got better. With no choice, the uncle could only perform a sexy dance on the spot to prove his buddy has recovered. But his wife was completely shocked. She couldn't believe this was done by her, the rebellious husband. Fortunately, the uncle finally escaped the hospital with Pashua's help. He returned to this place that he was truly familiar with. Just then, he ran to Mylan, who was taking out the trash. The uncle excitedly approached and said he was her husband, and shared a little secret only they knew. But Mylan felt chills and thought that this man in front of her was a total creep.
I want you not to come any closer.
I might as well die trying to find my husband. So it was you! You're the one who called yesterday, right? Are you not satisfied our family is suffering?
Hearing the commotion, Shual was possibly water. I couldn't believe the crew of this. Next, Ashura took Saxo back to the rich guy's home. Looking at the unfamiliar wife and two kids in front of him, the uncle suddenly didn't know how to explain to them. So he hurriedly ran into the bathroom to hide. Sitting on the floor, he cried uncontrollably. After taking a shower, the uncle came to the room. At that moment, Yali also walked in wearing pajamas. When he opened the wardrobe, he found something even more outrageous. Inside were someone else worn underwear. She curiously questioned her husband about this.
Well, I really don't want to wear someone else's underwear.
What are you talking about?
The family believes the man is possessed by a evil spirit, so they invited a famous shaman to cast a spell on him. But the shaman accidentally fell halfway through. This scene left the underworld messenger on the tree speechless. It turns out that within that lives an honest, breezy uncle. And this uncle's identity was originally the cook at their restaurant. Seeing that their restaurant has closed due to his death, he could guess that the family was certainly in debt. So he went back to borrow money from the rich guy's mother, and the wealthy mother was very generous. She directly gave her son 100 million in cash. Then the uncle packaged himself as a delivery man. He sent this money to his wife, man. When they opened it, they were completely stunned, because they probably have never seen so much money in their lives. Fortunately, the uncle left a letter in the name of a friend, and he left his phone number, saying to contact him if there's trouble. At this moment, the uncle's tears could no longer be contained. It's frustrating to be unable to recognize the family right in front of me. However, when I returned to the rich man's house at night, trouble lurked once again. The rich man's mistress unexpectedly caught him.
I miss you, darling. Can you call my dear?
Hazan, who came to do her food, could already see his expression and knew.
There must be a woman on the side. Surely you haven't forgotten her yet.
The old man realized that the rich man actually has another woman. It is wife, who also was preparing to negotiate a divorce with her original husband, Dizia. The tragic situation left the old man feeling helpless. Unexpectedly, the next day when the old man arrived, he was greeted by a woman who hugged him. This made the old man feel incredibly embarrassed. He directly pushed the woman away and fled.